Hi, Simon Young from Real Results Training, and we're going to look at Lean Eating Phase 6, workout number 2. We're going to use bands, and the first thing we're going to be looking at is the first three exercises: the deadlift, the tall kneeling overhead press, and we're going to look at the knee. On the deadlift, you're going to probably want your heaviest band. Grab the band by the ends. Put it under your instep. You want your feet about hip width apart. Knees are bent, push your bum back and get a neutral spine, so no collapse. Neutral spine, shove your bum back, you should feel this in the hamstrings. You're going to drive through the heel and the midsole of the foot all the way to standing. When you stand, you squeeze your bum and you pull your shoulder blades together. You then restart the movement on the way back down by pushing the knees and hips back. Keep the shoulder blades nice and tight. Drive through the heels and stand. Push the hips back. Drive through the heels. It is not a squat, it is a hip, bum, up. To help you cue this, if you stand near a wall about 12 inches away and imagine you're pushing your bum into the wall while keeping your back in neutral, that should really help. Second exercise is a tall kneeling overhead press. I've got a band that's mounted low down. I'm going to kneel down, hips are square, shoulders are square. I'm going to squeeze my glutes on my back leg. Take my band. From here, without turning at the shoulders or the hips and bracing my abs, I press up and control it down. Now I'm pressing at an angle like I'm going towards the corner of the room where the wall and ceiling fit. You can make it even more upright by getting closer back to your band and drive it up towards the ceiling. Do the reps on one side, then do the reps on the other. Don't be surprised if there's a difference in your stability left and right. It will get better and you just got to work that side. The third one, we're going to do a fast kneeing. On the fast kneeing, we want to keep our neutral spine abs engaged, no shrugging. So find a spot on the floor to stare at. Press the palms in, pull the shoulders down, nice neutral spine. From there, you're going to drive the knee up. It only comes to waist height. Don't collapse the spine. Do all your reps. Next pair we're going to look at is the modified push-up and the lateral squat. Modified push-up can be modified by putting your hands onto a bench, getting yourself higher up, or by taking a high mounted band, placing it around the hips, getting under the band, pulling the shoulder blades together, driving through the heels of the hands, squeezing the glutes. This variation of the modified push-up will really help you get the form down for push-ups on your toes. To make it more difficult, go with a lighter band. Lateral squat. On the lateral squat, we want to load up the hip and the glutes. We want to make sure that we're going across and back with our bum. So we go across and back. We're loading this hip, this heel. We're then going to push through that heel and come up to the top. Sometimes it's easier to push your hands out in front to counterbalance where your bum is, then drive up to the top. There might be a difference one side to the other. You also might be tempted to let this foot roll on its side. Don't let it do that. Leave the sole of the foot flat, push the hips down and back, so you're loading the glute. Keep the shoulders and hips nice and square. Final pair we're going to look at is the row and the curl. With the row, take a nice heavy band, sit on the floor, put it around your feet, your instep, lean back, chest is tall, shoulder blades are down and back. Do not move at the hips. You're trying to pull your shoulder blades towards your pockets as you row, get a good squeeze, control it back. You can also mount the band on a sturdy post if you have one and do that for the row instead. Instead of the half kneeling curl, we're going to do a standing curl, a hammer style curl, but I want you to engage your core just like in a plank. So you're going to take the band, stand on it, feet hip width apart. You're going to grip it with straight wrists, elbows tucked against the rib cage. Tighten your legs, pull your calves up, tighten up your legs, squeeze your bum, neutral spine, shoulders down and back. keep your shoulder blades pulled together. You're only going to move at the elbow as you curl. You control it down and curl. When you curl, brace your abs hard. Control it, brace. You want to have enough tension on the band at the bottom position. If you need a bit more tension, simply pull the band, get a bit of slack in the middle, that will create a bit of tension on the band. The other thing is, don't bring hands together at the top. Keep them shoulder width or hip width apart, get that nice squeeze. Keep the wrists nice and straight. Don't be tempted to flex or move the wrists around. A straight wrist often is more comfortable than palms up version. So that's your phase 6 workout number 2 with bands. Choose the appropriate band strength for your deadlift. It's really important that you do that now. And keep that nice core engagement and quality of movement all the way through.